So, little different. I didn't intend on making a video anytime soon. I'm actually moving my home office around. So this is going to be the new place. It's not all put up yet. And I had some videos I wanted to work on, but something came up that I had to address now. So if the lighting or audio isn't perfect, please excuse me because I am on a time frame with this because a package came in the mail. And I really need to start talking about this because this package is on a journey. So what's in it? Well, maybe before I show you, I read the letter that came with it. And it says, "Dear retro enthusiast, please take great care of this little computer. It's already had one life giving pleasure to a nameless youngster in 1980s UK, but has now decided to wander the planet looking for adventure. It's not a bear, and it doesn't like marmalade. We hope that one day it'll make its way back home after seeing the world. Please take a selfie or other photo with it so we can see all the amazing places it's been. If you have a cool modification, upgrade, or simply can apply or upgrade or similar, you can apply non-destructively. That would be very much appreciated. The modulator section will be the final part, worked on when it returns to the UK, where More Fun Making It Lee, great channel by the way, definitely check him out, will replace it with something new and shiny. If for some reason during its travels it becomes faulty or broken, please don't worry too much. The next person along will probably have great fun fixing it and will add to its story. When its travels are done, it'll be auctioned off and the money will be raised to go to the Befriending Scheme. The Befriending Scheme is a really great non-profit in the UK. I know Lee's talked about it, a lot of other creators in that scene, and I am really excited to be a part of this. So what is this, right? Well, for the first time, I get to touch a Sinclair ZX Spectrum or ZX Spectrum. We'll just call it the Specky, so we don't have anybody across the pond getting upset. I'm really excited that I got my hands on this, and it's to continue its journey with me. We'll talk more about the signatures and everything later about it. But what is the Specky, the ZX Spectrum? Well, it was a computer that was built solely in the United Kingdom by Clive Sinclair. In the U.S., you might have seen this as a Timex. There is a Timex version. But I think realistically, for most U.S. consumers in 1982, 3, 4, this wouldn't have been your first choice of a computer. There were a lot of other options in the United States at the time. But I'm really excited because I know about the ZX. I think if any time you are in the retro computing world, you know of the Spectrum, right? But I've never saw one. I've never touched one. I've never used one. I wouldn't say I wasn't interested in it. It just really wasn't on my radar because you don't see a lot of these in North America or even the United States, or I haven't. I know there are people around here that have these, but I never had one. I'm really excited to have this. And more importantly, it gets to spend arguably probably its very first 4th of July in the United States with me. So before we get too busy with this, let's take it to the bench, take a look at what this thing and actually turn it on because I've never used one of these before. And in the box, it also came with the Dandinator. All right, so what this is, it'll plug in and we can actually play some games off it. But not only can we play games, but has a joystick port, so really great. Really excited for this. Yeah, it's been a great journey. So let's put it on the bench, we'll boot it up, and we'll talk a little bit more about this little guy's adventure. All right, so here it is on the bench. Really like the way these things look, and it's smaller than what I thought it was, and that's not a bad thing. Now on the back we do have some signatures. There's more on the inside. Let's take a look inside before we actually turn it on. Only 2 screws on here. I don't know if that's intentional or to make it easier. Oh, 3. Okay. Maybe. And these are all, yep, they're all the same size. All right, so I never opened one of these up. Yep, there are ribbon cables on it. And there are more signatures on the inside. So let's carefully. Perfect. Look at that. And I'll have some pictures, high resolution pictures we'll put over this, but it's great. Obviously Morphin making it Lee, and then it went to Neil over at the cave and everybody else. Maybe I'll put mine up there and we'll finish out the inside so everybody else can do it on the back. So inside here, let's see if there is anything I recognize. Not a whole lot. That's fine. I mean, I don't want to dig too much into it because I don't want to do much to the inside because I've never touched one of these. I'm not familiar with the architecture. Inside the box, there is a Bluetooth audio adapter that you can actually use this to load tapes, if you will. I am not going to do that. That is not going to be my contribution to this because, like I said, I don't know enough about the architectures for this that I don't want to mess it up. Okay, so awesome. This is really cool. All right, we'll leave the screws because I'll put those on later. Like I said, it did come with a dandinator, and we can use this to load some programs. But let's turn it on as is and just see what we get. All right, there we go. 1982 Sinclair Research. Okay, I think we're in basic now. So let's try 10. Wait, what? Print. Why did it? Okay, backspace. Nope. Shift to back. PRI. What is going on here? What? So, okay. So if you hit, okay, so yeah, okay, so it says P on there. I should have looked at this more. I've never messed with this. I've done no research on this. So if you press P and you're in basic, because it's Sinclair basic, it's a little, every basic was a little different. So that'll just type print. So you have to take print. You don't type PRINT, just hit P and it knows. Okay, so it knows I'm already in the command, so I can't poke. Can I do, oh, look at that. So once you give it the number, can I do plot? This is really cool. Okay, so print. Where's the quote? I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I gotta look this up. All right, so Shift P. Yep, that's cool. All right. So you hit enter and then it goes up. Okay. So if I go to 10, yep, okay. Can I run? Look at that. Scroll? Yeah, sure. Scroll. Oh my god, this is so cool. Look at that. Oh my god. Wow, this is really cool. This is really, really, really awesome. Okay, we're gonna, so there is no on-off switch, so you gotta pull the power switch. And this is actually power switch, power cord. This is my contribution. I'm gonna throw this power cord in the box because other people ran it off their bench, which is fine, and I was gonna run it off my bench, but the next person might not have a benchtop power supply. So now we have the dandinator in, and there we go. You know what we're going to do? We're going to pause real quick because I'm going to want a joystick. Okay, now we are in with the joystick. Okay, so here is 10.3. This is our loader. So we have, so launch multiply. If we did 1, there's another add-on here that I think you can have like an SD card and have some more games. Addict, Batman, Bonejack, Chuck A. Dizzy. All right, Konami. Manic Miner, Outrun. Can I go? Oh, there we go. I can go down. Can I go right? Renegade, School. Spy Hunter. Awesome. Okay. And then P for toggle pokes and R for test. Let's do that. I don't know if you can hear it. So for the Spectrum, the speaker is actually inside. So, you only have one connection for the video. So now it's going through video modes. It's a lot of colors. Look at that. 16K RAM test, pass. Spectrum, 1648 ROM, pass. I mean, it's going to pass everything, right? Sure it will. RAM March test. It's July, it's not March. Random test, pass. All right, there we go. Testing the interrupts. This is pretty cool. So this was, so here we go. Version 0.37, D Smith, B Alpha. So this was designed just for this. The GitHub link is down there. This is really cool. Now I'm not going to edit this. We're going to go straight through because I want you to share in my my experience here with me. And there we go. It looks like we are back to the basic. Yeah, okay. Some buttons on top here. Oh, there we go. And we're back into the loader. What's this one do? I don't know. All right, so let's play. Let's do Spy Hunter. Look at that. That looks really good. So I'm actually, this is obviously it's PAL, right? So right now I'm just going PAL into OBS, and OBS is interpreting PAL as is. But I do have a PAL to NTSC that I'll be able to use this on the TV. Okay, so so Kempston, that's the keyboard or the joystick interface. So let's do 3, and then 0 to start game. Let's just do novice. And yeah, so we don't get the classic Spy Hunter theme because I think that's just a limitation of the Spectrum. And this, okay, so the button on the joystick is bad. I gotta clean this. It's a little, okay, yeah, was there a little lag on there? No, okay. I messed up. Okay, all right, that's cool. All right, let's get, what else do we got here? This is really cool. Manic Miner. Let's do something. I don't know Rainbow Island. Should I know that? Multi-load. Rainbow Islands. There's an S on that. Okay. Enter. Oh, yeah, there we go. Is this a keyboard one? 1987. Oh. The story of Bubble Bobble 2. Okay. Insect Island. All right, let's go with my faulty joystick. Ooh, big jump. Oh, and I shoot rainbows. Oh, and can I go on top of them? Yeah, I can go on top of them. I should have picked a better joystick. Ooh, that was a big jump. I can't wait to, so my kids saw this and they want to play with it, and I don't blame them because I want to play it too. But they'll use a better joystick. I got a good one I keep with the Atari. That's the one we'll use. Man. This just looks so good. I'm impressed, and I don't mean that. I've just never touched this system before. I've never played it, and I'm really, really loving this. Outrun, classic Outrun. I love this game. Sega. Okay. 3 controls. Sinclair. I don't know what the Sinclair controls are. Okay, and go. There we go. Is it my gear shift maybe? The button? I don't know. I mean, this is a fun little port of Outrun. Oh, cart. This is really cool. I got to get one of these. I want the Sinclair one. I don't want the Timex. I want the good one. And I'd almost want this version. I know there was oh, Tim, I'm not paying attention. There was a wider one, like the Spectrum Plus, I think. I love this. This is really cool. Oh man, this is really cool. All right, so let's take a look here. So let's talk about what I'm going to do with this, right? So obviously my contribution is the power cord, so that way more people can use it. But I'm a little worried about the names on the back here because there were feet. So let's go and get some feet. It's not going to be, period correct, but it'll be enough to elevate this off the desks a little bit so that way these names don't get scratched. So off we go. So we went down to the local hardware store. Little rubber feet like this are fairly common, and almost any well-equipped hardware store will have them. So grabbed the Specky and we walked inside. It's an incredibly warm weekend. It's also the 4th of July. As I'm filming this, it's the day before, so everybody's out getting ready for the big celebration. This hardware store is just remodeled, so it's a lot more expansive than what it used to be, but I was able to find right where they keep all the rubber feet and felt pads and everything else, and I found a pretty good temporary solution that I think it'll work just fine for what we need. And since we are getting ready for the 4th of July, I decided to drive down to the grocery store. It's all in the same plaza, and I wanted to see if we can get a 4th of July cake. Something we were going to do anyway, but since we have guests over, why not do things right and get a nice little tasty treat? And then when the 4th came around, we all enjoyed a delicious cake, and I took the kids over to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, where we passed the USS Albacore, a really great museum if you're in the area, because we wanted to watch some fireworks, so we brought the Specky with us. All right, so before I button this up, paint markers were included, so let's put my name. I was going to put it on the back, but I'll put it right up here, and we will close out the inside. There might be some more room on here. There we go. Mike at RTOD. So we're going to let that dry because I don't want that to smear. But let's take a look at the back of this, because my concern, I don't want any of these to get smeared. So, got these pads here. This will be my second contribution to the project, along with the power supply. And these, not original, slightly bigger, but the important thing is it'll keep this off the desk and not scratch these signatures until somebody can find more appropriate. Don't want to mess up Adrian's signature there. Perfect. Perfect size, yes. So until somebody gets more appropriate feet, that will work. And it's going to keep it from moving around on the desk. So let's get this button backed up, and we're going to play with it for a couple days. Since we've had the Spectrum, my kids have been asking to play it a lot. Maybe it's the novelty factor, but this has gotten more playtime than the Switch or anything else that they've been playing. They're actually really sad that we have to let this go. More reason why I think we're probably going to have to get one. But it's really interesting to see how easy they pick the games up on this. I mean, it's an early 80s computer. It operates different. Even the joystick is different, but with just some quick showing them how you use the commands, they picked up on it really good. And even later, I didn't get a video of it, but my son was messing around with BASIC. He started to program a little bit of BASIC on the Commodore 64. I got him a book, and he started to mess with this. He picked up on some of the commands easier than I did, as you saw earlier. So it's really interesting, and I love seeing my kids just embrace retro technology and just enjoy it and have a lot of fun. Well, the Spectrum's time with me has come to an end. The days have went really, really quick with it, and I think a lot of that is because of how much my kids enjoyed this. We played this a lot, and they wanted to play it with me a lot, and I played it a lot. And I think the end of the day is we're probably gonna have to get our own. Maybe who knows when it goes to auction? I'll definitely bid on it. I don't know if I'll win it, but I'm really glad and fortunate that this was able to come with me on its journey, and I think that when it does get back home to the United Kingdom and they start the auction to benefit the befriending scheme, I think it's just great. I think this is a really great use of retro creators, retro enthusiasts, and I'm really excited to send this up north to Canada on its adventure. So my contributions, other than my signature on the inside, we do have these temporary rubber feet. Hopefully somebody will replace them with something more period correct, as well as the power adapter so somebody else without a benchtop power supply can use it. I'm also going to include an RTOD sticker and the first ever RTOD utility pen. I'll throw this in there. The winner will collect it. It'll be nice. It is a pen. It's a ruler, metric, and imperial. A level, a touch device, so you can touch your screen with it, as well as a flathead and Phillips screwdriver. I got these for giveaways whenever I actually have time to go to like VCF or something. So this is the first one going out, and it's going to go with the Specky. So let's get this packed up and get your passport ready because you're going to another country, buddy, off to Canada. So that's going to wrap this up. It's going to be a little bit of time before my next episode. I need to finish getting this office sorted out, but I really wanted to make time and give this nice little, this is a really cool computer, the time and love that it deserves. So if you like what we're doing here at Retro Tech or Die, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll catch you next time.